Good morning, children. So, children, in our last class, we have discussed about the Vijayanagar kingdom, right? Now, in our today class, we will discuss the other powerful kingdom, that is the Bahmani kingdom. Now, talking about the Bahmani kingdom, this kingdom was established by Alauddin Hussain, and his original name was Zafar Khan. When we talk about Alauddin Hussain, about his earlier life, he was earlier a servant of a Brahmani named Gangu, and therefore he was known as Hussain Gangu. Now, as he was a servant of the Gangu, for that he was known as Hussain Gangu, and he became king in 1347 and took the title of Alauddin Bahman Shah. And this is how Bahmani kingdom or dynasty was established. Now, this kingdom lasted for about 180 years, that is from 1347 to 1527. So, what area was included in this kingdom? That was whole of northern Deccan up to river Krishna was been included in this kingdom. So, when this kingdom was established, the first capital of this kingdom was Gulbarga and Bidar. And in this kingdom, there were two powerful rulers. Now, who were they? They were Firoz Shah Bahmani and Mahmud Gavan. So, now let us discuss about these two powerful rulers. First, we will talk about the Firoz Shah Bahmani. Okay. Now, who was Firoz Shah Bahmani? He was a powerful ruler who defeated the Gond king Narsingh Rai, and after defeating him, he annexed some of his territory. Then he also conquered Raichur Doba from King Vijayanagar, and after conquering it, he soon lost it also. Okay, and he was a learned man and he was interested in science. Not only this, he was good poet and he was having good knowledge of Persian, Arabic, Turkish, Telugu, Kannada and Marathi language. Now, how can we say that he was a great learned man and interested in all this? Because in his kingdom he encouraged all the learned men to migrate to his court, which proved that how much respect he was having towards the learned man and how much he was supported to the education. Clear? And during his period, Deccan became the culture center of India. Clear? Understood about Firoz Shah Bahmani? So next is our Mahmud Gavan. And Mahmud Gavan ruled from 1463 to 1481. Now, who was Mahmud Gavan? He was the Wazir of the Bahmani king Muhammad Shah III, and he came to India, settled out in Deccan. And when he settled out in Deccan, he started to work at court. And with his work, he has impressed the king and he became the favorite of the king. And he managed all the affairs, all the work of the kingdom. For 18 years, very effectively, he has worked out in the kingdom and he has made the kingdom very strong. He was a competitive general and a capable administrator, a learned man, patron of art and poet. He was good in mathematics and he encouraged education and built up madrasa in Bidar. Now, when he built up madrasa, many students from different part of India came to learn out in madrasa. Even that madrasa had a library which contained 3000 manuscripts in the library. Clear? Now, one more interesting thing happened in the Bahmani kingdom, that was Deccani Pardesi conflict. Now, out here, Deccani were the local people and Pardesi were those people who came from Iran, Turkey, Arabia and Central Asia. Now, there was a continuous struggle between these two groups and they never supported their idea nor interested to listen to each other. and Mahmud governed. He himself was a Pardesi and he wanted to make these two groups united, but he failed to unite these two groups, that is Deccani and Pardesi, and a conspiracy was made against him by his opponent, and due to the conspiracy he was executed from the throne in 1481. Clear? Now, moving towards the administration, how was the administration of the Bahmani kingdom? Let us discuss about it. Okay. First of all, there was Wazir who headed the administration. Then there was senior officer also, like head of finance, head of foreign affairs, head of religious and judicial department. Okay. Now, what were these officials called during that time? Like the head of finance, what were he called during that time? That was head of finance was called Amiri Jumla, and head of foreign affairs was Waziri Ashraf, and head of religious and judicial department was Sadari Jahan. Clear? So now the entire kingdom was divided into provinces called Taraf, which was headed by the governor called Tarafdar. Now that Tarafdar was being paid through Jagir. Now what is Jagir? Jagir was a feudal system of land ownership. So in this way he was being paid. Okay, now the governor had their own army, which they have built a very strong and powerful army they were having, which helped the king when he need the help. They used to help the king with men and equipment in times of war. Clear? Now next is the end of the kingdom. A question arises that how this kingdom came to an end. So out here also the king which came afterwards was very weak. They could not hold the position, or we can say they could not do much further or could make the kingdom very strong. So this led the governor to declare independence. That is, whoever were the governor of the kingdom, they declare their independence. Clear? So by 1527, the kingdom had split up into 5 independent sultanates. So what were those 5 independent sultanates? The first one was Ahmednagar, which was ruled by the Nizam Sahis. Second one was Bijapur, which was ruled by the Adil Sahis. Third one was Golconda, which was ruled by the Qutub Sahis. Other one was the Birara, which was ruled by the Imam Sahis. And the last one was the Bidar, ruled by the Barid Sahis. Clear? So these were the 5 independent sultanate which was formed when this kingdom had a split. So in this way the Bahmani kingdom came to an end. Clear? So children, we have completed our chapter. I hope you have understood. If any queries and doubt, you could ask me. Thank you.